guys, welcome to
Piano Rogues!
I'm Ari.
And I'm Alair.
Today, by request, we are doing a review video.
A comparison of 3 different triple chamber ocarinas, all from St. Louis Ocarina. I've been playing ocarina for, I think we figured out, about 13 years. I still have a lot more to learn about ocarina. In fact, the more I learn about them, the more I realize I still need to learn about them.
You have a degree?
I do have a degree in music, and I teach music as my main job.
And you've played flute.
This is also true.
And you've played penny whistle.
That's also true.
So a little bit of experience.
I have some experience with woodwinds.
Yes.
We have 10 categories that we use to rate the ocarinas that we review. Each one of them gets 10 points, and at the end we combine all the points and we give you a score out of 100.
Starting with visual appeal,
Professionalism,
durability,
comfort,
intuitiveness of fingering,
ease of breath control,
projection,
intonation,
tone quality,
and take-along ability.
Our first ocarina to review is a ceramic triple chamber ocarina that Alair has had for a while. We are reviewing this ocarina as our stand-in high-quality ceramic ocarina. This model is not available currently.
There are ocarinas that look similar to this one on St. Louis Ocarina's website. I believe there is a double, but I have played on it and I had a student who had one and it did not sound like this. One thing that we always recommend is get a sound sample first.
If they don't have one on St. Louis Ocarina, you can usually contact them and they might send you a sound sample. Visual appeal, shiny ceramic, nice pottery,
expensive pottery.
Round 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really see any problem with it.
Could be more festive, could be less festive. Yep, that one. Professionalism.
I have felt nothing wrong with performing with this one. This was my only ocarina for many, many years, and I have performed on stages and in parks with it and all kinds of different places. I think the only thing that would hold it back from being more professional is that it is not a violin or a concert flute or something else that people are very used to seeing in professional performance situations. So I don't know that there's anything really wrong with it other than that ocarinas just aren't that well known.
We gave the black one a 9.
I guess we can give this one a 9 also.
Durability.
We don't play catch with this ocarina. Don't toss it.
It is ceramic. But that being said, they are thicker than they look.
Yeah.
They're pretty chunky.
But you can still break things off, like this part and the mouthpiece. The same student who had a model like this got one like this because she dropped her other one and broke her mouthpiece. Tried to glue it back together, it wasn't quite the same.
Wear the string.
We've had some people comment that if you really know how to hold your ocarina, then you won't have to worry about wearing the string and you shouldn't be relying on it anyway. And I'm like, okay, fair point. However, things happen. And having that extra little bit of security is kind of nice when you're holding a $400 piece of pottery.
I do like that this one isn't a side attachment, that the string actually goes through the body of the ocarina.
And that's another thing that's a little bit different about this ocarina. I think a lot of the ocarinas are moving away from this.
Okay.
So durability.
We still have to give it a score. 6.
A 6? All right.
Hard-sided case.
When I got that ocarina, my brother was like, my sister's gonna need something that she can safely carry that ocarina around in. So he got me a pelican case with pick and pluck foam inside so that I can make it fit the shape of my ocarina, and it keeps it safely padded. Now we can play catch. We could roll over this thing with a tank, hit it with a blowtorch. Maybe not.
Comfort.
This one, I really like the way this ocarina feels to hold. The edges of the tone holes are rounded and curved in, a little bit concave, so that they fit the shape of my fingers nicely. Just makes it so that it never gets painful holding onto it using the tone holes.
Unlike some ocarinas.
Yeah. So I would definitely give this one at least a 9 on comfort.
Because it's so smooth, is it concerning about it sliding?
I've never had any trouble with this sliding out of my fingers. No. It feels pretty secure holding onto this. So I'm saying like a 9. Intuitiveness of fingering. One of the things that I was most excited about when I first picked up this ocarina, when it was brand new, was how I found the fingerings to be somewhat similar to my concert flute, which made it very easy for me, being a previously experienced flute player, to figure out most of the fingerings for playing my ocarina.
So I'm going to use this one as an example because it's the same fingering, just because I'm a beginner. I would think this is 1, and then I would move to here and then to move to here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's pretty intuitive. First chamber is just like your regular ocarina, and then extra chambers for your right hand.
Yep.
8 for our standard, so it's about as easy as that.
Yeah, it's about as easy as a ocarina can be, especially as a multi-chamber.
So 8. Ease of breath control. You were saying that had better breath control than my single chambers.
This one does? Yes, I do believe it does. I have to use quite a bit less air on the lower notes, like once I get down to the B below C or the B flat or the A. But other than that, I don't really find myself having to adjust that much. There is that one note in the middle of my middle chamber, the F sharp, that I have complained about before, where I have to blow a little bit less on that one particular note because otherwise it's a little bit too sharp. Otherwise, breath control is pretty easy.
So 9?
Mm-hmm. Projection!
Projection! Do you think it's louder than my aria?
I don't know, we'd probably have to compare.
This is a step down from my aria. It's got a range of volume.
Well, they all do.
Yeah.
The lower tones are going to be quieter.
So it would be louder, wouldn't it?
Not in the lower range, no.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing about a woodwind like an ocarina and a flute is that the lower you get, quieter it is.
So 4 or 5?
Yeah, maybe 4.5.
Let's push it to 5 because the 2 upper chambers.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going with 5.
Okay.
Because high end is loud. Ouch.
Intonation.
We've had a lot of experience with this ocarina.
Yes.
You can see it in many episodes on our channel.
Yes, and we have a couple of videos where the intonation wasn't the best. And honestly, it was really just me. I wasn't giving it enough air that day. I have very few complaints with this ocarina in terms of intonation. When I've had trouble with it in terms of intonation, it was my fault. I just wasn't giving it enough air that day. Only spot, again, where I have trouble with its intonation is the F sharp in the middle chamber.
It's going to be less than a piano because a piano you don't have to mess with anything. It's in tune or not.
Right.
Probably around 9.
A 9. All right.
And that's only because it's a woodwind instrument and thus breath makes it harder to keep it in tone.
In as far as the ocarina itself is responsible for the intonation, this one is pretty top-notch.
Tone quality.
Well, this one's been my gold standard for a very long time. I think that this ocarina has a beautiful, sweet, smooth tone to it.
Not too airy,
not too airy. It's not shrill.
Doesn't do that weird vibration thing that some of them do.
Yeah.
Not too warm. Though I kind of like the warm one.
Yeah.
Like, this one has grown on me. I really like the warm on it.
I really feel like this one hits the sweet spot for ocarinas.
So my aria, we had 7. Maybe an 8.
I'm saying an 8. Take along ability. This one is just fine. I have not had any trouble traveling with this ocarina. In fact, it's been on airplanes with me before with no problem. It just rides inside its pelican case inside my carry-on luggage.
Once you get a case for it, it's good.
Yeah, you're good to go.
You need a case for it. This is 9.
This one I could toss inside my carry-on without a pelican case, and it would be fine.
So this needs a little more care than that.
Yeah.
But it's not a cello, so, you know, it doesn't take up as much room and doesn't...
Yeah.
So it's easier to move than that. We had 8.5 for the ceramic.
Okay.
In a pelican case.
Probably the same thing then. This is going to be the same rating.
Prices. Let's talk about prices.
Best I can remember, this ocarina was $300 on sale when I received this one as a gift. It's been 13 years ago or so. An ocarina of this quality and triple chamber is probably slightly more now.
So 300 to 400.
Yeah, 300 to 400 for an ocarina of this quality.
Final scores!
My ceramic ocarina came in with a score of 79.5.
Hey guys, Editing Ari here. So this episode might have gotten a little long. So we're gonna split it into 3 parts. This is part 1 out of 3. Each one will be talking about a different ocarina. So stay tuned and keep your eye out for the remaining parts.
Thanks for letting us steal your screens for a while. Stay rogue.